157 pounds, ranked #1 in the country. Undefeated Peyton Robb at 25-0. Levi Haines, the impressive true freshman for the Nittany Lions, 22-1 on the year for the Nittany Lions. The last Cornhusker to win a Big Ten title, Robert Kokesh.
Robert Kokesh, one of our favorites there over the years, and the Huskers would like to see this streak end here, get another champion. They don't want to have to wait till his son Clay ends up winning one.
Of course, Kokesh on the coaching staff now, but that was a guy that put up points, weren't they? Logan Storley and Kokesh.
And there's Peyton Robb there.
For Penn State, Levi Haines. His opponent, out of the red corner for Nebraska, Peyton Robb.
157-pound bracket here at the Big Ten Championships. Robb over Chumley and Saldate. Saldate was wrestling really well for the Spartans heading into that semifinal. And then for Haines, beat tough Derek Gilcher 6-0. And then against Kendall Coleman, 2020 Big Ten finalist, 3-2. And here we are. And looking forward to this matchup, guys. First time they have met.
Levi Haines couldn't have met many people. Last year he was wrestling in high school. Here he is running out in front of 10,000 plus fans for the Big Ten title as a true freshman against the #1 ranked wrestler in the country, Peyton Robb.
Robb's been fantastic. Won the Cliff Keen. Before that, won the Navy Classic. Fourth at the tournament last year. Jimmy had that great scrap with Ja'Cory Teamer. This guy puts it on the line.
He really does, and because he gets going early in the match. And Haines is not one to slow down a match either here. He gets after his attacks. He loves to attack. Head to the outside shot to Robb's right leg. Expect him to go ahead and do that. I'm sure Robb's well aware of it here. He's also got a sweet little swing single to the left leg of Robb. But this has got to be about Robb right now, establishing dominance in this match here. There's that shot there by Levi Haines. Gets the lead leg. Scrambling ability of Robb. Look at the shelving job right there. The chest wrap and roll through into a whizzer.
Able to square up. Haines keeps that single leg.
Great hip pressure there by Robb. Nice job to get closer to neutral.
And Levi Haines, a strong young man, to go ahead and bring that up and try to come out the back door. Again, if you want to make an impression as the upperclassman here against the freshman, we know that Robb is an excellent rider. He gets out quickly, so we got that working for him. But on the feet is where this, if you're going to establish dominance, this is where you have to do it.
We talked with Peyton on Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond, and told Rick Pizzo about his commitments to the top position. Good exchange right there. Midway through this first period, we're 0-0. But that's his path to victory. He's just really stingy, maintains good position, gets the takedown, he can ride you. Those quick escapes, it's not fancy, Jim, but it's well executed.
Well, if you're not successful with that takedown in that first period, you always have that to go to. So it really kind of gives you a takedown advantage. You can give up a takedown in a match and still get a quick escape, another quick escape, get a riding time point, still win the match. So you're really up a takedown.
And nothing new here, TJ. A young, talented Nittany Lion. Here's the recent batch. He's one of them.
Yeah, Levi Haines just did a really nice job in this first period of getting on the attack, because Robb's better when he's on the attack. He keeps pressure on you, and Haines, best way to take it away is you go on the attack, and Haines did that well. Young freshman. A couple of Nittany Lions that have been freshmen in the finals are coming up. That's Starachi and Brooks, but they were redshirt. This guy's a true freshman.
He's a hammer with those collar ties. I like the way he's moving. Levi Haines.
Short time. 15 seconds here in this first period.
Yeah, just in January is when they decided.
Shot here from Peyton Robb on a single leg. Can he convert?
Good balance so far here by Haines. He's going to get dropped there. He didn't give up the far ankle. Got to the waist. Can he keep the legs in? No. They're going to throw.
Out of real estate, here comes the brick.
How many bricks does Nebraska have?
They saved him for the finals.
That's right.
Kind of reminds me of that story, Jim, once you told me about keeping your voice for the finals when you're coaching in that corner. That's what they're doing with their bricks, saving them.
He pops the hips in. I'm not so sure he had control at the end of it here, and I think that right toe might have slid out. So you can see Mike Chase basically looking down and pointing towards it right there. And he's helping.
2-1 lead from net number 2.
And that is so close. Love the transition there from Robb late in that period. Low shot.
I think you'll see that
Gets
again.
the body. No takedown.
I think it's an accurate call.
Game of inches. After the first 3 minutes, scoreless in the first period of this 157-pound final. And Haines will go on.
Or you see Robb? No,
His
I'm
choice.
going down.
Peyton Robb's a guy that we have seen with Corey Teamer of Arizona State. We saw him and Saldate with a nice exchange. He just really respects the game.
Respects the game. He's a sportsman. You know, beautiful roll through. That's where he does what he does so well. Gets out so quickly. When you try to do a mat return on him, Shane, he brings his knees up and goes right into that roll through. Just beautiful.
10-second escape. Robb on the board, 1-0. His quick escapes. There's a shot from Haines. Goes right back to that 2-on-1.
Yeah, so Robb has shown a shot to the right leg, and then he's gotten to the ankle, of the left ankle of Levi Haines on that last one. So gone to both sides since he had success. Shooting to that left leg of Haines, I think, look for him to come back to that.
What have you appreciated, TJ, watching Robb over the years? He's a savvy veteran.
Just because he keeps coming at you, and he loves, like you said, he loves to wrestle, but he keeps coming at you. He's just a dog. He loves the sport, and I just appreciated the way he's gotten better. I think getting fourth last year in the NCAA's disappointed him. He went to work. He's just gotten that much better, but he went to work last March for this year.
Well, it's been difficult for him, you know, just to get that forward pressure. You got to respect the job that Haines has done, not giving up that 2-on-1, right?
35 seconds remaining here in the second period. Just that quick escape from Robb. Robb out of Owatonna, Minnesota.
Just generally speaking, I think that what Nebraska has done over the last year, since last year, we've seen Cronin and Brock Hardy have good finals, and Nebraska having 5 in the finals. Mark Manning, Travell, DeLagnove, Brian Snyder, and staff.
I think that's a good point, and I think we know that the battle for third and fourth place trophies in the NCAA is going to be pretty stiff. 8-10 teams could possibly do it, but Nebraska finished 5th last year, and they look even better team-wise this year.
1-0 to the third period.
And they're without Rich Lovett, but they're not. There's Coach Manning back in the tunnel.
And he lives and dies with every single second. Coach Manning rocking the sweater vest as always. Here's Haines starting period on bottom. And this is where Robb, good mat return.
Yep, looking for an inside wrist. Good work here by Haines. Now he's going to give up that little front trip. These are all things he's felt before in that Penn State wrestling room. Good job of covering the fingers, and when you cover the fingers, you get your feet moving.
Solid work by the young Nittany line to tie this one up at 1.
Can you imagine how that young man may have celebrated when he got an escape from Carter Strachey? If he's got one.
If he's got one.
Came close to it.
Talk about rooms.
Or Max Dean. I don't think he'd go underneath the 197-pounder, but maybe he does. Pick the poison in that Penn State room.
I got to just get one from Casey Cunningham,
They're without Rich Lovett, the 149-pounder who's redshirting, but I don't think they're without him. His influence in the room, his attitude has helped them be where they're at right now. It's kind of like the entire Nebraska feeling. Who's influenced them greatly in the last decade? Of course, Jordan Burroughs, 2-time NCAA champion, 10-time world and 7-time world champion and Olympic champion. That influence is seen right here.
1-1 as these guys have traded escapes inside of 40 seconds in regulation.
And that shot by Robb is being measured pretty well by Haines. Okay, I wouldn't go back to that one.
30 seconds to go.
Trying to get to the back leg.
1-1 in our championship bout.
That's what he feels right now, because that's what Haines likes to do, is attack, re-attacks there, and get to that lead leg of Robb.
Shot from the Cornhusker. We saw sudden victory at 149. And we're 10 seconds away from doing it again here at 157.
Look at the way Haines measures his stance here. Gets a hand down the mat there. Always not giving up position, not coming out of his stance.
7 minutes, not enough time to decide this one. They put him center of the mat. Here we go with 2 minutes and sudden victory.
Measuring his stance, go into the tie. Oh, that shot was there that time. Did you see him walk into it? You know, Haines could finish that thing in a phone booth.
Robb was so close to a takedown, didn't get it.
17 on the restart on that one.
Headlock, oh yeah, he's got a nice sucker right there. Now a single leg position there. Roll through. Squared up.
And Haines plants him into the mat. Two takedown for the Nittany Lion. Levi Haines, your Big Ten champion.
Beating the #1 ranked wrestler in the nation.
Just a feat of strength in there on that move.
Conference will head to Kansas City. 157 pounds, the 2023 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, the reigning Big Ten champion here at 157. Levi Haines ranked #1 in the country, and Will Lewan for Michigan.
The top seed from Penn State, Levi Haines! And his opponent, the 7th seed from Michigan, Will Lewan!
157 pounds, Levi Haines over Jared Frantic. He shut out the Hawkeye 5-0. Will Lewan over Brayton Lee 4-1. And Will Lewan wrestling in his second Big Ten championship match. Lewan was here back in 2022 when he fell to Ryan Deacon of Northwestern. And Penn State's your 2024 Big Ten tournament champions, the 8th in program history, all of those under head coach Cale Sanderson. Levi Haines, national finalist a year ago in Tulsa. And Jim, Levi Haines has found another gear in the last several weeks.
Yeah, I tell you what, it started, we saw a great example of that Iowa-Penn State meet here where, this weight class is so tough. I've said this before here. A lot of guys like to get ear to ear, collar to collar. It really makes it tough to be able to go ahead and free up and get your offense. The only guy I know in this weight class that never gets his head tied up is Levi Haines. Great footwork. And I got to say this, though, that, one guy that you can count on in March is Will Lewan, all right?
All he does is win.
Yeah. Two-time All-American. Native to the finals there, so this is territory he's been in before, and we know that's not going to be a high-paced match, but he's just a difficult guy to score on, and when he wants to score, he can.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the coaches would like him to have a higher rate of attack, but not now. Not in his, 6th year, where he's at, two-time All-American. You got a path to victory, you know it.
These two met in a duel last year. It was 3-1 Haines and sudden victory. In the duel meet this year, 2-1 Haines over Lewan.
Yeah, Haines got a 20 seconds left, got a stall call against Lewan, and won it there. But one thing you said, he's found another gear, Haines. Well, he went through adversity in January, and what I was impressed with, we talk about you got to go full 7 minutes. You sometimes have to go 13 minutes. He went 12:59 to the second tiebreaker with a reversal against Soldate.
That was a
from
crazy
Michigan
match.
State to win 7-6. You got to be able to go sometimes 13 minutes.
One of the crazier matches this season with Levi Haines and Chase Soldate of Michigan State. Haines 17-0 from Aransville, Pennsylvania, Biglerville High School. 3-time finalist, 1-time champ.
Russell.
Will Lewan, of course, Chicago, Illinois, wrestled at Montini Catholic. 5-time Fargo All-American, 2017 Cadet World Champion Will Lewan, so he's got some big-time skills. No score, 50 seconds here in the first.
And Will Lewan's hit some big moves here to get to this finals. the takedown he had last night in the semifinals, in overtime,
Fingers,
and then
guys.
the big headlock situation he's in where he got a fall. That's not
Fall, Lewan?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not on the. I don't think it's even on the bingo card, right?
He pinned the number 2 seed Michael Blockus of Minnesota in the quarterfinals. And 4-1 in sudden victory over Brayton Lee. Here he is in the final. Short time inside of 20 seconds.
Yeah, most people, most of the time Levi Haines gets to that shot right there that you just saw, right? Good reactions by Lewan. Heavy on the collar tie. This is a good period.
Scoreless after 3 minutes.
Okay, Red. Michigan,
Comes up
your
Red.
choice.
And Will
Bottom.
Lewan will go on bottom. Lewan was
Red takes down.
8th at the national tournament last March, was 5th in 2022. In Detroit, 4-time national qualifier. He's been extremely
set.
durable
Cover.
in that Cliff Keen maize and blue Michigan singlet.
Nice job of coming into a sit-out position there. This is where it's been a separator right there. But, Lewan, once again, gets out in less than 10 seconds. We saw him in a huge match earlier this year against Franek, where Franek got out in 4 seconds. Lewan gets out in 2.
And Haines is as good on top as there is out there.
That's great work from Will Lewan to get that escape in less than 10 seconds, and he puts a tally on the scoreboard.
Let's see if Haines can get to his bread and butter right there. Likes to get that shot with the left leg of Lewan. Seen him go to it a couple times. A lot of times guys in the, you can't get to your shot. You go to your second, page of the playbook there. What's the other shot on the other side of the body here? Just to get the guy moving a little bit. Maybe even fake it. You see where Haines has done that, and that's given him the stall warning on Lewan.
Levi Haines defeating Peyton Robb in the Big Ten final last March in Ann Arbor. Then he fell to Austin O'Connor of North Carolina in the national final.
We're going to see Austin in the corner probably when Edmund Ruth comes up at Illinois. Austin back home in Illinois as an assistant coach for Mike Poeta for the Illini.
O'Connor winning 2 national
Watch fingers,
titles
guys.
in the North Carolina singlet. 40 seconds in a 1-0 match. They're in this final at 1:57.
In 2 weeks in Kansas City.
Look at the footwork here by Levi Haines. Down blocking, but also just feet move perfectly. Not too far back, just ready to re-attack. He's got the control tie right there. Comes both hands on top of the collar. Right there.
To the middle, guys, to the middle.
Short time here in the second period. Haines looking to join his teammate Braden Davis, who captured the title at 125 earlier today. Single leg, but time will run out. We go into the third.
Penn State, your choice. Bottom.
Haines a guy that doesn't have much problem getting out from underneath either.
We have one warning. You got warning, okay?
Pete Mankiewicz, head official with Angel Rivera, the second official here in this final at 157. Lewan covers. Haines quickly to his feet. And Lewan will cut him. We're 1-1, familiar territory.
Yeah, and I'm looking at body language, and Haines, he's moving good there, and I think that what he is doing, hitting on the head and the attacks, is wearing Lewan out.
Yeah, inside collar tie on the left-hand side, but also a huge tug on the tricep right there, right there, right to that position there. Now
Single leg
Lewan
from
gets
Lewan.
to a shot, but right here, good base defense. See how the hips are sliding down lower. Now you get the belly over the top of the head right there.
Keep working.
So important here to get back to a neutral position where now you can be offensive here. Some guys just don't have that down where they just don't slide all the way back, and that's what you have to do in championship matches. Never give the guy's here for a reason. He can finish those shots.
Center, guys, center. Center.
Will Lewan has been hit with stalling once. The next one will be a point, and that's how he lost in the dual meet this season by a 2-1 score. Inside of a minute, you see Haines there. He's moving forward. If you're Lewan, you got to take some territory back and circle back center. Shot by the Wolverine.
Warning green.
And there's a stall call. Believe they hit Haines on that stall call. Now they each each have one.
I thought Lewan got saved by the shot.
Lewan goes for a throw on the edge.
Well, you can get focused on that, but you know what? That didn't hurt anybody. No. It certainly didn't hurt. You know, really, if you're in Haines' situation, you want the referee calling those stall warnings. Yeah. It won't take a little bit less next time to get yours.
Half a minute, guys, here in regulation. 1-1 with Haines and Lewan. And Haines looking for a second Big Ten title. Shots countered by Haines, front headlock position.
Wait for him to go ahead, misdirect, try to get to that back hamstring right there, get to the ankle. Less than 10 seconds, you won't see much of a call there, but the visual.
Haines will end this match, and he nearly scored the winning takedown. They're showing Mets. In the corner, you have Kevin Jackson and Josh Torella.
And that's just what he feels like. He's behind bars right now.
So here we go, sudden victory.
Nice high crotch, basically switches off to a double. He'll scoop the leg up here. Doesn't even have to do that. He collects the points.
11 seconds into sudden victory. Levi Haines, now a two-time Big Ten champion.
That was just cumulative pressure, guys. Cumulative forward pressure. Paid off in overtime, and big smile from Levi Haines again.
.74 pounds, Lenny Pinto and Levi Haines.
Wearing the red from Nebraska, Lenny Pinto.
Lenny Pinto coming out to the Rocky music. I love it.
Oh.
Levi Haines over Patrick Kennedy to secure his spot in this championship final. And in a wild one, Lenny Pinto took down Danny Bronigal literally with a second or less left to win it 9-8. Levi Haines looking for his third Big Ten title. Levi Haines won the Big Ten title last year at 157. Lenny Pinto last season was up at 184.
Yeah, and you look at Haines, and he looks every bit a 174-pounder. So I've been impressed what he did from a standpoint of his body. And then the same thing for Pinto. Looks really good at 174, down from 84 last year.
And to add to that, I think the techniques have come with him, too. I mean, he's been a dominant rider in the top position, which he was at 157. And that really helped him make the transition to becoming a national champion last year. And I think he's one of the best finishers. The head to the outside shots there in the country. He did not cracks guys down, and it's a great matchup because you got Lenny Pinto, because you never know what he's going to do. There could be 20 points scored in this thing in the next 10 minutes.
As you would say, Jim, Lenny Pinto is good action.
He is good action.
Had that crazy match, you called it, Tim, with Patrick Kennedy. What was that, 18-11 final?
Yeah, and half of those points were in the first period.
Lenny Pinto in deep on a single leg. Going to switch off to a double, but you see that great defense, the hips from Haines to keep it scoreless.
We've seen that here a couple times now. Good shots by guys, but able to go ahead and square their hips up and not quite totally square up, but get off in a 45-degree angle there. Slide down the shot. But I think that's what Pinto needs to do in this match, is to create those scramble situations, because he's always thinking feet to back.
Here's that attack from Pinto.
Yeah, just a little elbow tie right there, right into that shot right there. Wasn't able to go ahead and switch off to a double. That was good looking.
Lenny Pinto, that loss in mid-January, 9-2 to Levi Haines. He hasn't lost since. He has won 9 straight. 22-4 on the season. Two-time national qualifier from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Levi Haines working the head on the inside collar right there. He likes to attack to the right leg of Pinto, and I think that's one of the best positions that Pinto has is when somebody does attack that leg. Again, Haines is just so good with those finishes.
And so good at holding position. Jim, you're right about Lenny Pinto. Going to have to find the 45, going to have to find the angle, because Haines is never going to bite on any fakes. And, you know, he's so explosive with his double, Pinto, but it's been straight on. He can do it with most. He won't be able to do that straight on against Haines.
Short time in this first period. Single leg for Levi Haines. Looking to put 3 on the board in short time.
Little high tap right there. He's able to go back to the far ankle. He should be able to score in this position.
6 seconds left in the period. Those short time points. 3-0 to the second.
Just a beautiful finish there, Shane. See how tight he is on this leg right now. Comes back, gets his head up in good position here. And I like this high thigh action right there. He's able to go ahead and come to the thigh, sit him back down, and that ankle just folds right into his lap right there. Drives him over, collects the points before he goes off the mat.
Levi Haines, 2-time national finalist, the reigning national champion. Of course, up a couple of weights. Beat Corey Teamer 5-0 to win the title last March in Kansas City in 2023. Fell to Austin O'Connor of North Carolina. The escape makes it 4-0 for Levi Haines.
What made that takedown so impressive, he got to the back leg. See how Pinto normally will keep that left leg way back there, and Haines was able to get to that shot. Good scouting there by the Lions.
At the cradle lock
shot, and here is Levi Haines.
This could go either way, though.
Yep.
Can he get Pinto up in the air, drop him down to the red lane, score 3 more, 7-0 for Haines.
I'll be honest with you, the best part of that finish is he broke the cradle, went back to what he really knows right there. And that's
He's got that Turk, Jim.
He does, bottom leg Turk coming up. You turn the belt buckle to the sky, shoulders will follow.
Levi Haines out of Arnsville, Pennsylvania. Looking for his 3rd Big Ten title. He's got Pinto in all kinds of trouble. Inside of a minute, second period.
Really difficult to pin a guy in this situation, but you know what? You can do it if you can go ahead and keep that ankle. When he pulls on that ankle right there, that's what makes that thing just totally painful.
Just driving that ankle and knee back. And now Pinto is somehow, some way able to work back to his belly. 4 more near fall makes it 11-0. Levi Haines only lost this season to Keegan O'Toole. That was in sudden victory 4-1 just before Christmas. O'Toole, 2-time national champion. You're at 174.
Well, just the adjustment in the feel that Haines had in that position. I think he felt that, you know, I got a cradle on Pinto. Now they're in a crab ride late.
And here's a scramble, and
I got one loss of
gives
control.
up the reversal. Nope.
The time runs out.
Yeah, gives an escape.
Red choice.
11-1.
Red's going down, 3rd period.
He's just one of those guys, when you take him to his back or you put him in a pinning combination, it's like the wrestling starts. And Haines has a feel for that, and that's what made that finish so beautiful there, able to head to the outside shot that he made.
Lenny's fans looking for some Pinto power. Down big early 3rd. What's impressed you most, Tim, watching Levi Haines develop these past couple seasons?
Well, he's just so solid. He's never going to, bite on fakes, because he knows what he wants to do. He keeps great position, and he's just one of those guys that attacks the legs below the knee and finishes so well, as Jim talked about. But he's just good in every position, and he's just improved all the time. Great footwork.
And when he started separating himself last year, as you guys recall, that this was the position where he was able to go ahead, stay in the top position, just grind guys down, wear them out. And it's rare that you can take that from 157 to 174. You know, you're dominating, you're going up against stronger guys, making the adjustment to the weight class. That was a big jump. But he's brought his mat wrestling with him.
Beat Will Lewan last March to get his 2nd Big Ten title.
3, 4, 5. Stop.
Stall warning on the drop down.
No change. Red down. Facing me. Here we go.
Haines, 12 bonus point victories this season.
You know, there's some guys that you just don't want to ride with an 11-1 lead. I think Pinto would be maybe at the top of that list.
I think it's safe to say he is highly combustible material, Lenny Pinto.
That goes way back, Shane.
Dylan Ness, Mr. Original, highly combustible. 50 seconds, third period. The riding time is locked up for Haines, looking for a major decision en route to a Big Ten crown.
Deep, tight waist there. The hips flat on the mat. Really nice job on top. And as soon as he can slip that leg in, get the figure four above the knee, there's nobody better than Haines.
Has that hammer lock.
Yeah, he's covering the hips really well because he knows that that's the most dangerous part.
A hammer lock and a claw ride. Convincing victory for Levi Haines.
A lot of pride in his top position here for Haines. He doesn't want to give up anything. He was let go of there.
With the riding time points, it is a 12-1 major decision. Levi Haines with Big Ten title number 3. Levi Haines now 20-1, 13 bonus point victories. Making Arnsville, Pennsylvania proud. Recently engaged. Life is good. Life is real good for Levi Haines. And he is with Zach.
Levi Haines, Big Ten champion. Third time you've done this now. What's this one feel like?
You know, it's just like all the other ones. Another step in the direction of the national tournament, and just more happy I competed with faith this weekend. Just believed in my abilities and went out and executed well.
What can we expect out of you in 2 weeks of the national tournament?
I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be consistent, and yeah.
Another Big Ten championship for Levi Haines, Shane.